Good morning, good students. Hope you must have completed the assignment questions and are now well versed with the steps for balancing a chemical equation. Today, we will practice balancing a few chemical equations so that you feel more confident. Let's begin. Balance the following equations. Potassium chlorate on heating gives you potassium chloride plus oxygen. That is KClO3 on heating gives you KCl plus O2. We always draw a table for the elements, the reactants on the left hand side and the product on the right hand side. Before we start balancing, let's take a quick look at the steps. Count the number of atoms on each side of the equation and complete the table. While balancing, only change coefficients, subscripts cannot be changed. This means we have O2, we have O3, here 3 and here 2 are in subscript form. We are not supposed to touch them. We cannot change them. We can balance by only adding numbers in front of this substance. That is, we can add only coefficients in front of the substances either on the reactant side or on the product side to balance the equation. How do we start? We start balancing from the compound which contains the maximum number of atoms. So students, in this equation, which is the compound? Correct. KClO3. This is the compound which has maximum number of atoms. Then we start balancing. When we balance, we start with one element and then once we have balanced, we go to the next. And we proceed in this way till all the elements have been balanced. The most easiest part is elements which are in pure form. That is, elements which are in not a compound form but in pure form, we leave it for the last. And in case if we have a distributed atom, we should not select it for balancing. Thankfully, in this equation, we do not have a distributed atom. So let's begin. How many elements? Potassium, chlorine, oxygen. Now let's count the number of atoms on the reactant side. 1 for K, 1 Cl, 3 O. Similarly on the right side, 1 K, 1 Cl and 2 O. So if you compare, what do you see? That oxygen is the unbalanced part. Now looking at the numbers 3 and 2, what does it tell you? Right. They do not come in each other's table. So what do? We take the LCM. So students, what is the LCM of 3 and 2? Right, 6. So we multiply 3 with 2 and 2 with 3 to get 6 on both the sides. Now what do is, next step, we will multiply 2 on the reactant side and 3 where oxygen is there on the product side. So 3 will be added as a coefficient in front of O2 and 2 will be added in front of this complete reactant which has oxygen, that is 2 KClO3. And the equation will look like 2 KClO3 on heating gives you KCl plus 3O2. Let's count the atoms again. what do we see now? We have now 2K, 2Cl, 2 3s are 6 oxygen. Going on the product side, we have only 1K, 1Cl and 3 2s are 6 oxygen. So again, potassium and chlorine, they are unbalanced. We can see that it is twice of that on the product side. So we multiply 1 2s are and we get 2 KCl on the product side. So we again write the equation as 2 KClO3 on heating giving you 2 KCl plus 3 O2. Let's count the atoms again. 2K, 2 chlorine Cl and 3 2s are 6 oxygen. So if you look at the table, the number of atoms for potassium, that is K, Cl and oxygen, are equal on the left hand side and the right hand side. So students, that means now our equation is balanced. So once it is balanced, we write it again. And students, please remember, when we write the balanced equation as the answer, we have to mention the physical states. So we all know that oxygen is in gaseous form, potassium chlorate is a solid, and similarly potassium chloride is also a solid. So we write the final equation as 2 KClO3 on heating giving you 2 KCl plus 3 O2 with the physical states. KClO3 as solid, we write small s within the brackets. KCl also solid within the brackets small s, and O2 as gas, small g within the brackets. So students, hope you are clear. Good. Now we go to the next equation. AlOH thrice on heating gives you Al2O3 plus H2O. We begin with drawing the table for the elements, the reactants on the LHS and product on the RHS. Again a quick look through the steps. How many elements? Aluminium, oxygen, hydrogen. Now let's count the number. Al is 1, O is 3, hydrogen 3. And again on the right hand side you have aluminium 2, oxygen 3 and 1 4, and hydrogen 2. Now if you look at the equation, what do you see? We start with the compound having the maximum number of atoms. So in this case, we will start with aluminium because on the left hand side it is 1 and on the right hand side it is 2. So 1 2s are 2. Now 2 will be written as a coefficient and the equation will be rewritten as 2AlOH3, that is OH thrice on heating giving you Al2O3 plus H2O. Let's count the atoms again. Aluminium 2, 3 2s are 6 oxygen, 3 2s are 6 hydrogen. So if you compare the reactants and the products, aluminium is balanced but oxygen and hydrogen are not balanced. Now looking at oxygen, you have 6 and 4 and hydrogen are 6 and 2. So hydrogen becomes more easy because 2 3s is 6. So now on the product side, we will write 3 as the coefficient where hydrogen is there. So look on the product side, where is hydrogen? Right, hydrogen is over here. So we place 3 in front of H2O and write the equation as 2AlOH thrice on heating gives you Al2O3 plus 3H2O. Let's count the atoms again. We have 2 aluminium, 3 plus 3 oxygen, 6 oxygen, and 3 2s are 6 hydrogen. So what do we see? That the number of atoms of each element on both the sides, that is reactant as well as product, are now equal. So the equation is balanced and we mention it with the physical states. So 2AlOH thrice solid state on heating giving you Al2O3 again solid state plus 3H2O which is water in liquid state. Hope you are clear, students. Now we go to the next one.